All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Giants. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. You know, it's great to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, all-pro wide receiver. Those guys get all the endorsements. But we've seen a lot of guys carve out a great career as a special teams ace.
And it's one of the most important parts of the game. We can talk offense and defense all we want, but the third phase, special teams, that can be the difference between winning and losing. And how about the big play created here? Big-time effort, and that can help his team.
Second straight week, he's forced to fumble. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, here's Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a third down. Now Watson. Underneath for Miller. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the rookie first-rounder from Penn State, Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. On second down, here's Lauletta. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Out of the gun, Lauletta. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back to throw, Watson, escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Do Jack.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Come back, come back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free points for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
Tiger.
Watson on first down. Flushed out right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And excellent field position here as this drive will start on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. But here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
A first down carry for Barkley. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, those Giant fans, you know that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What would Big Al was thinking on draft night. Had to be so happy for his son. But they grew up watching Jets games. Just sit together, watch it. In fact, Dad has a Jets tattoo.
Yes.
Okay, so that tells you about how much he loves that team. You think Saquon's going to fix that and make it a Giants tattoo?
Yeah, he wants to make that a Giants tattoo. That family, though, they fully converted. They're supporting the G-Men. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Niall Davis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Hopkins strong running. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Watson now to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Watson now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Lauletta looking to throw on second down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
And Lauletta just beating the play clock. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Watson to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Richmond.
They're going for it. It's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works free. And they get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. That one goes for 24 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Yeah, he was the first back taken in the draft. Ended up going number 2 to the Giants, and there was never a doubt that he would be the first runner off the board. We just saw why. His ability with the ball in his hands to turn a nice little game into something big. He makes plays no matter how you get him the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Bernardrick McKinney in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Marquette King now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
52 the fight, boy, 52. Black 99 Philly. Tiger. Shit. Two jet.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Leopard. Watch him now, Barney.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Walletta now on 2nd. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Walletta. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Walletta now to throw it. Looking for his receiver. Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Richmond.
After the interception, here's Watson. Side to Hopkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Tiger.
On 1st down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
Tiger.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Come back. 2-jet.
From the red zone now, Watson. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Watson looks to throw again. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's the fullback in the final seconds of the first half, and the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here we go. Plan 38.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A final shot before the break for Lauletta. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And here comes the Texans now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Completion left side to Miller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Connor Barwin in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Tiger. Richmond. Here we go.
From the gun, Watson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
Come back.
Now a first down throw. Watson underneath for Miller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Black 99 Philly. Reset. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Tiger.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Flush to his right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Reset.
To the air yet again, Watson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Tiger.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 24. This one away. Fairbairn, now that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll go to Barkley again. Powerful running, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Lauletta. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Here's a give to Barkley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Leopard! Leopard!
Again, it's Barkley. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop his shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turned him loose.
A handoff to Barkley, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll try the air now with Lauletta. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lauletta, he'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available, Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw on second down. And this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Here's a toss coming right. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And it's not over yet as they're back within 2 scores. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I
really
want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. 2-jet, 2-jet.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Mario Edwards in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Reset, reset, reset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Come back. Tex, black 22. Black 22. Come back. Tiger.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
Come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back to throw, Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not much space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a short return to the 6-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting out and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The pitch goes to Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
But he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Leopard!
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. That 2nd down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Leopard!
Lauletta on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Gone! Detroit! Gone! Detroit!
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Desperation time on 4th down for Lauletta. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 15. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Lauletta again here on 2nd and 10. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Lauletta. And this is going to be incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Tiger! Richmond! Come back!
Throwing now, Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Connor Barwin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Texans on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 17.
Black 99 Philly. Two jet. Black 99 Philly. Come back. Reset.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a...
And that's caught inside the 35. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 48 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still
got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 29 yards, and the Texans add on. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle taken down. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late